It was a kind of morning that usually promised efficiency. 6:15 a.m., crisp air outside LaGuardia, soft fluorescent lights humming over a terminal still shaking off sleep. Business travelers moved like clockwork through the glass doors of Terminal C, their luggage gliding, coats tailored, shoes polished to the rhythm of practice departures. Among them was Kennedy Blake, dressed in understated black, a structured wool coat and slim briefcase in hand. Calm but focused, her flight to Zurich was scheduled to depart at 8:10. She had crossed more international time zones than most of the staff she would encounter today. To her, airports were no longer a novelty. They were corridors of transactions, checkpoints, codes, and clearances. But from the moment she approached the first-class counter that morning, something was off. The employee behind the kiosk didn't greet her. He didn't scan her name or request documentation. He simply glanced up, registered the color of her skin, and gestured left. Economy check-ins that way. Kennedy blinked, unsure she heard correctly. "I'm flying first class," she replied, measured, holding up her digital pass to Zurich. The man didn't look at the screen. He kept his arm outstretched, eyes already shifting to the person behind her. "Left lane, ma'am." Kennedy didn't move. "This is my lane," she said. There was no confrontation in her tone, only fact. The man's jaw tightened. "Please step aside." A white man in a light blazer approached the counter beside her. No luggage besides a leather duffel. The attendant greeted him without hesitation, scanned his pass, and asked if he wanted still or sparkling water. Kennedy watched, expression unreadable. She stepped back, circled to the premium member kiosk herself. There, another agent finally took her boarding pass, scanned it, and said, "Oh, you're in 1A? That's a nice seat. No apology." No acknowledgement of what just happened. Just small talk. She didn't respond. She took her printed ticket and walked towards security. At the TSA lane, she approached the global entry and TSA pre-check line. The agent, young and polite, scanned her documents, then paused. "You've been randomly selected for standard screening." Kennedy glanced at the blinking green light. "That doesn't make sense. I'm global entry approved." "System must have kicked you out," he shrugged. She turned her head just slightly, watching a white woman walk through the same lane without a glance at her documents. Then another. Then a man in a Patriots cap. No chicks, just clean passage. Kennedy was led to the general screening line. Her bag was pulled for inspection. The agent unzipped her laptop case, pulled out her tablet, charger, sealed documents marked Confidential Horizon Capital, and flipped through them without gloves. "You work in finance?" he asked. She didn't answer. "You got a lot of paper for someone going digital." "That's because I manage things most people don't see," she said. He smirked. "Sure you do." No one intervened. No one apologized. Kennedy reassembled her belongings, walked through without another word, and headed to the lounge elevator. At the Haven-Air first-class lounge, she tapped her pass. The screen blinked red. "It says you're not cleared for lounge access," said the receptionist. Kennedy pulled up her receipt, dated and verified. The woman scanned it again, hesitated. "Must be a glitch. I'll override." It took 3 tries. Inside, Kennedy sat by the window. She had cleared diplomatic screening in Brussels, given keynotes in Singapore, flown through private gates in Doha. But this treatment? Only here. It wasn't in the scans, the algorithms. It was in the glances, the hesitations, the invisible signs that whispered, "You don't belong here." At 7:03 a.m., she stepped away from the gate counter. The door was closed. Her name had vanished from the manifest. She hadn't missed the flight. The flight had discarded her. She tapped her confirmation number into a self-service kiosk. It printed a new boarding pass. Seat 32B. Economy. A middle seat. She marched to the counter. "I want a customer liaison." "Ma'am, we'll escalate this," said the agent. "But the manifest is locked." "Unlock it." "We don't have that access." "Then find someone who does." They gave her a phone number. She didn't call it. She wasn't disappearing. At the premium dining area, she tried to retrieve the meal she pre-ordered for medical reasons. The host scanned her downgraded pass. "You're not listed anymore." A man behind her, was handed the exact meal she had ordered. She said nothing, walked away, her comforts erased, one by one, as if piece by piece she was being made to disappear. At a bench, she saw security approach. "Ms. Blake," said the officer. "Your carry-on exceeded dimensions." It was routed through checked luggage. "It cleared security," she replied. "It was with me. It's already been tagged and sent down. You don't even know what flight I'm on. We're doing what's in the best interest of all passengers." She turned away. She walked back to the checkpoint. "I'm trying to confirm where my carry-on is." "No tag. No way to trace," said the agent. Then, from behind her, a sharp voice. "Ms. Blake, we'd like to ask about an item you had earlier. A wristwatch. Are you accusing me of theft?" she asked. "We're verifying authenticity. You don't get to verify what's mine." They asked her to open the pouch. "No." "Then we'll escalate." "Do it." They didn't expect refusal. But Kennedy retrieved the watch herself. "Here," she said, "since you're so interested." She held it like evidence. Serial numbers engraved. "We'll log this as resolved." "Don't log anything. Log your apologies." She returned to gate C12, still listed as standby for 32B. She sat near an outlet. A staffer told her to move. "This area is for priority travelers." There's no signage. Internal updates. She moved to a broken outlet. Not about power. About position. Later, another staffer denied her water. "You're not on the registered priority list." Water isn't a priority item. It's hospitality. We've had disruptive passengers. Management asked us to be selective. "Are you suggesting I've been disruptive?" He said nothing. Walked away. She tried the vending machine. Card declined. Tried again. Declined. The cooler by the desk? Only for active first-class passengers. She sat, her breath heavy, not from exertion, but from erosion. Then came the whisper. "Tak here. Special attention. Code 37C. History of defiance." She didn't hear it, but she felt it. She was no longer a traveler. She was a risk. Trent Maxwell, the supervisor, stood nearby, watching, calculated, like a machine executing its program. Kennedy walked toward the claim desk. "My bag was pulled without check-in authorization. Notad. No claim number. I need it recovered. It's already in transit to the aircraft." "To which flight?" "System doesn't show." "Then the system is broken." A male agent added. "Might be returned to origin. That bag contains confidential material. I need it found." "Then maybe you should have packed smarter." "Give me your name." "It's printed right here." She walked away, breath tight, returned to baggage claim. Her bag was found, mishandled. Documents damp. Watchbox ruined. She tried to file a damage report. Screen froze. Profile flagged. Contact airline representative. She'd been locked out. Silenced. Trent escorted another couple into the lounge. Past her. Deliberately. She tried TSA again. A new agent flagged her. "Random check." "Nothing today has been random," she replied. The pat-down crossed a line. She stepped back. "Enough. That's harassment. You're delaying the process." "No, I'm ending it." "You've crossed the line." She walked away. The gate called Group 1. She stepped into the priority line. "Your name isn't cleared for boarding," said Trent. "I never canceled my flight. I never rebooked. You took my seat. There's a hold on your profile." "A hold you placed." Security placed a hand on her shoulder. "We're asking for cooperation." She stepped back. "Don't touch me again." They boxed her out, labeled her, flagged her, removed her. Her phone buzzed. Secure notification. She answered, "It's time." Understood. Activating position. Full withdrawal. Sovereign fund. Block all ongoing negotiations with Orion. Disengage completely. She delivered a folder to a desk. To Leonard Westbrook, VP International Ops. Contains 3 months of undisclosed internal audits. "You have 15 minutes. Executives began to scramble. Galta screens flickered. Her name was manually reviewed. Trent issued orders, but the system no longer obeyed. Her phone buzzed. Estimated financial loss, $615 million. She tapped her counsel. Pause negotiations. Breach of protocol. Leonard Westbrook exited the elevator. Their eyes met. MS. Blake, he began. You've been briefed. Yes. The materials are comprehensive. So, is the problem. We need time. Until the next flight. After that, you won't have a brand to recover. Trent was summoned. A dossier placed before him. Do you know who Kennedy Blake is? Passenger. Problem. She controls voting shares through Horizon Equity. Just pulled $600 million. We have 24 other cases like hers. You created a pattern. Left a trail. 2 options. Sign this resignation or go public. Trent signed nothing. Said nothing. He had already been erased. Back at the terminal, the loudspeaker crackled. All Orion Air flights suspended for administrative reevaluation. Phones out. Screens turned red. Danielle stood still. The equation was complete. In Washington, the Department of Transportation faxed cancellation of a $2.1 billion contract. The media called it a collapse. A reckoning. Kennedy didn't protest. She documented. She didn't scream. She struck clean. The CEO of Orion addressed the camera. To MS. Kennedy Blake, your refusal to disappear changed us. And it should. She boarded another flight. Quietly, a young black woman whispered, I watched what happened. I am staying. Kennedy nodded. No lecture. Just recognition. Orion never recovered. She never flew them again. She didn't need to. Her flight had already changed everything.